Ready, Freddy. Because guess what time it is? It's time for a renovation update.
So grab a hammer and some coffee, and let's build our next tree.
It's always super stressful when the renovation starts because I feel like I have the best laid plans and then you're coming in and you're breaking my house. And when things start to get broken, I think, oh, that was a huge mistake. But we started demo, kitchen floor ripped out. Now the old kitchen floor, as you can see, it was sort of this like fake wood vinyl-y thing. You know, and you don't know until you start ripping things out. But I thought, they'll tear that up. No big deal, we can put tiles down over it. But they tore it down to the original wood floor. And, at first I thought, oh my God, there's like real wood under here. But it was really not nice wood, and it had been under a subfloor and under crap for so long, it just wasn't worth. There was nothing to keep. Very quickly, that wood floor gets covered over with a wire mesh to hold the underlayment for the tile floor to go on. So the tiles that I picked out, I think I showed in the last video. I'll show them again. This hexagon terracotta, this 6-inch terracotta hexagon tile. Again, lots of people are using them. I love them. I think they're going to look great with my green cabinets. The only request I had when I was checking in on the renovations, which I do neurotically, morning, noon, and night. Everyone hates me. But it's super important because this tile has sort of a randomized pattern on it. But it is a pattern. And so I just wanted to make sure that when it was being laid, it was varied enough that you didn't have two of the same tiles next to each other. Okay. No. There's nothing here. Get down. Or sit down. So that you didn't have two tiles next to each other that looked exactly the same, where it needed to be in a random pattern. And I had to sort of lay that out just so, no one got cranky. As the floor was being ripped out, all the old appliances were gotten rid of, and they were from 1989. They were super ugly, white. I don't know, the white, everything white. I mean, it looks like a hospital. White appliances, bye-bye. And I went appliance shopping. So ironically, when I was pulling, I like this because of this, I like this because of this, it wound up I was getting all Samsung appliances. I don't know why. It just happened that way. So Samsung range, over range microwave, dishwasher, everything's internet enabled now. I don't quite get that. I mean, what? And I did it. I got appliances with internet access. I don't know what that's going to mean. If anyone understands internet enabled appliances, I'm going to have to figure that out. So those are on order. They will come soon. So kitchen floor ripped up. We're getting new cabinet fronts. Those are being ordered. And I think that's it. It's not a huge makeover. It's just going to look like a huge makeover. When you do floors and you do appliances and you add a paint color and you change some hardware, it's kind of a miracle that you don't have to spend a lot of money. To my point, you should not have to spend a ton of money to be able to redo your kitchen and make it look brand new. This kitchen, from this photo to the after photo, is going to look almost unrecognizable. So I can't wait for the hardwood floors to be done, because that is an enormous impact in this apartment, is these floors. They are original. They have a lot of detail. It will look incredible. They have never been renovated. Next up on the hit parade is the bathroom floor. Now, you could argue that this bathroom floor, the one that I bought, was okay. The grout was terrible. It had been placed over many floors, so the floor was super thick. The edges were bad. It was just a cheap tile flooring. I wanted them to just take out the tile and put in new tile. Unbeknownst to me, they started digging that bathroom floor out. And when you see how far they went down, I was like, are we in the neighbor's apartment right now? Because this is really deep. And then I'm like, I don't understand why it had to go so deep. But I was told that there was so much under there that they really had to get down to back to basics so that a floor leveler can be poured in. New tile will go on top of that. It just, these guys do everything the right way. What? The right way? That will hopefully look amazing. And in the bathroom, the 2,500 years of grouting over grouting over grouting, which I don't understand, different colors, that all has to come out. And so that's a painstaking process of grinding and scraping out all the grout in all those tiles and then reapplying it so that it all looks uniform and new. I know some people might be like, why are you doing that? But when it's done, it's going to make all of that original tile look almost brand new. It's a huge thing. And since I'm not taking out the tile, I want it to look as new as possible. So we're doing it. And then the fixtures for that bathroom, new sink. And I really stressed out about what kind of sink. I needed it to match the sort of deco 30s, 50s era bathroom. And I needed it to be big enough. I needed to have enough countery space around it, or at least edge around the sink that you can put your stuff on. Because the sink that's there now is like worthless. And so many sinks. When you're buying a sink, you have to plan how much, if you have enough room to put in a cabinet with a counter, fantastic. But if you're buying a standalone sink in 24-inch width, which is standard size, please take into account that it has an edge, that it has a place you can put things. That is going to change your life. You have to have some sort of space to put toothpaste, a cup, anything you're getting ready with in the morning. You want to have something to put it on. And so many sinks are like rounded with no edge, and you'll regret it. Second is the faucet. For the love of God, find a faucet that has a gooseneck, a high neck on it that you can at least get your face under when you bend down and splash water on your face. Because a lot of bathroom sinks have just a straight faucet that comes straight out, and then you're sort of like splashing water in your face. What? No. High gooseneck faucet, a high faucet. You want to have room. Gotta have room. Like a bird bath. I need to splash. Medicine cabinet. The original medicine cabinet there, hideoso. I wanted big, as big as I could fit in that space. And again, I only have that wall there next to the shower and tub there. So it is about 24 inches wide, but I had a height. So I figured let's go full max width and as high as we can go. And we're going to wind up having to move the light that's over top up a little bit to accommodate my medicine cabinet. The big medicine cabinet makes the room feel bigger, and it gives you more space because this bathroom does not have a lot of storage space in it. There's not really even room to put in like a furniture piece that would be storage. So medicine cabinet, huge, huge, huge. Now, I showed you originally in the video, the walkthrough video, about that built-in medicine cabinet behind the door. That's for later. That's a whole project of stripping that and restoring that. And this medicine cabinet keeps with the aesthetic of this 30, 40, 50s era bathroom. And then the light fixture over top was from Etsy. Not bad. So the combination of chrome light fixture, the chrome medicine cabinet, and the sink, I think will be pretty perfect for that space. I want to keep that bathroom super simple, not cluttered, just completely refreshed. So one of the other things that has to be done is electrical. So this apartment had never had its electrical upgraded. So in the hallway, there is a fuse box with like literally 4 fuses that has to be replaced. And then we're putting in a new circuit breaker box that can handle all of the new appliances and future-proof any other electrical upgrades you want. In addition to that, I did have to add some outlets. And in the bedroom, the outlets are all mounted superficially on the wall because that is a really cheap way to add outlets instantly. You just mount them to the wall and run a conduit along the baseboard. Ugly, hate it, don't want it. So everywhere there is an outlet that was mounted to the wall, we're recessing it into the wall. I know it's a lot of work to route out the walls and dig out the plaster and run the wire in. But I'm telling you, it's all these little details. It's not that expensive, but it's a cost. I just think it is the difference between having a really elevated living space and something that looks like a rental special. So undoing all of this, ripping out all the cable lines, cannot tell you how much cable TV line was running along every single wall, along the ceilings, holes in the wall to run all this cable line. You don't need it anymore. You do not need to run cable line in your house. Everything is Wi-Fi. Everything streams. So the solution I've done in the last several apartments I've renovated, you find the nearest closet to the front door because 99% of the apartments, and even in your home, the cable will come in either from a telephone line, through the front stoop, under by the front door, through a basement. In apartments, it usually comes in the front door along the ceiling line. In my case, I took the closet, I had them install an outlet in the closet on the top shelf so I could plug all the routers, all the Wi-Fi boxes, and then they ran the coax cable right in the front door, above the front door, 2 feet, and it went right into the closet. And then everything streams for the whole apartment. No wires anywhere. But you have to ask them to do that because there is some sort of conspiracy theory about cable TV wire that they want to run it along walls, across this, up, over, through hundreds of miles of cable line. You don't need it. Even the cable guy was like, I don't know if this is going to work, putting the router and the Wi-Fi box in the closet because you might not get a signal. Trust me when I say 700 feet away in the bedroom, perfect signal, not a problem. It works. It works. And now there's no wires anywhere. Every TV you buy is Wi-Fi enabled. Everything streams. No wires. Get rid of your cable wires. Oh, I was at an apartment today that we're going to put on the market. And the first thing you walk in the door, and there is 3 layers thick of cable lines running along the wall, up over the doorway, down, anyway, ripping them out. Ripping them out. I don't even know what I was talking about. So many decisions to make and so many things to think about because once A and B and C and D happen, it's hard to go back to A and go, oh yeah, I forgot. So there is a lot of meticulous planning and thought you have to go through. It's not impossible. So that's what we're doing. And then because I'm cheap, I'm just going to say it. I'm cheap. I need to save money wherever I can. The cost to paint my apartment, color drenching my whole apartment, was about $15,000. So you're looking at the guy who's going to paint the whole apartment. I'm going to do it. One step at a time. Color drench. So I'm excited because color drenching It's a thing now. I kind of like it. Baseboards, walls, ceilings, doors, all the same color, all the same sheen. Some people get fancy and they color drench with eggshell, and then they do a semi-gloss on the trim, and I'm not doing that. Color drench, I sort of want this envelope feeling that you're sort of sitting all in one sort of shade, where then the furniture and all the furnishings become the thing you notice. The walls sort of blend away. I like that. And every inspiration photo I've seen, I love it. I'm doing it. I'm color drenching. Color drenching in 2026. So that is the update for now. So much more has to happen. There's a desk that's got to be built. Huge piece of furniture. I think it's too big. But we're going to see, because they're building it and it's a little late now. Furniture has to be ordered. I still have to pick out some things. There's a wall mural going up in the kitchen. There's a lot. There's a lot. And that's just for one place. There's other places that I have to deal with. So that's my update for now. I just got a big box delivered. And this huge box, look, it's gigantic and it's really heavy. And I'm going to do a video about this, what's in this box. It's very exciting because it's one of those things I don't need. I don't need it, but it is cool. And it's cool enough that it's getting its own video. Is it going to be short video? Maybe, but probably not, because I tend to talk too much. That's okay. It's okay. Anyway, let's build some place that we really like to live in. Build something, decorate something, make the place you live in some place that you really love living in. Love it.